So Armello is a digital card and board game. You play as a hero from one of the 4 clans of Armello, and you're out on a quest to save your kingdom from the now mad and tyrannical ruler, the king, who's dying of this dark and mysterious force called the Rot. So it's a strategy game with a whole heap of adventure in it. You play on a beautiful 3D hex tile map, and you've got the palace in the center and the clan grounds on the outside, and you're basically questing around that. You're playing cards, so it's card and board game. So you're playing cards to the board, you're equipping and recruiting followers from cards, you're fighting other heroes with your 3D animated characters, and you're basically questing around, becoming powerful enough to take on the king and become king or queen of Armello before anyone else. The favorite part of the game for me is the sense of, I guess, adventure and atmosphere. We spent 8 months prototyping it on paper, and I know especially for me, but for the whole team, that's more so than anything, more so than Civilization meets Catan, or all those sort of things that people usually start with. We just wanted to capture that sense of adventure that you feel when you watch an awesome Ghibli film, or the ones we grew up with, like the Dark Crystal and things. So when you play Armello, it has this magical sense of like being on an epic adventure, and so being able to create stories with your friends, 15 to 30 minutes is like super fun. So we're leading on iPad, so it'll release first on iPad, and we're just a small collective from Melbourne, so we wanted to put it everywhere, but it's just a matter of how and when. So after iPad, we'll try and get on Android tablets and then on PC as soon as possible.
Do you know a release date?
When it's ready is official, but we're at pre-alpha at the moment, so we've probably got at least another year in development. Before we started Armello, 3 of the directors of the company, we would have like a role-playing night every Wednesday and stuff. So we're big tabletop gamers, and we're something that, because we actually got together to collaborate before we decided what game we wanted to make, and then we were like, what are we going to do? And we're all playing board games on the iPad, tabletop games on the iPad, and they were just so bad. This was like 3 years ago or something. It was so just ports, and we're like, they're not leveraging the digital platform. So that we're like, you know what, we know our tabletop games, we're all experienced developers, we can do this, we can do what people aren't doing, and create our own amazing board game. So we just started from scratch and created Armello. So we have a unique model where we're actually an indie development collective. Everyone works out of hours. It's a passion project. It's for profit share. There's a whole point system where you get points for tasks, and that dictates a profit share. It enables us to make the game for this sort of $1 million experience or whatever for a fraction of that cost, and to get extremely talented people on board without them having to leave their jobs and things. But to do that, there's stumbles all along the way. One of the biggest things is how long it takes. We're used to being in a studio with 60 people, and now we're working, out of hours, distributed with a team of 10. Things don't happen as fast as you used to. So that's a big one. Getting people on board, keeping the motivation up and everything. Definitely, we stumble, but we learn and we grow every day, and the game keeps getting better and better. So it's just about, picking yourself up and keep moving over those hurdles. That's a lot of fun.